During the year 1531, life was full of mistrust and hatred between the Indians and the Spaniards. It had only been 10 years after the fall of the Aztec Empire, which included the death of the last emperor, Cuauhtemoc, and countless of his people. Many Indians had been converted to Christianity. However, many others still held on to their traditional beliefs. For these and other reasons, the relationship between Spaniards and the indigenous was so full of loath that it was almost irreparable. On Saturday, December 9th, a poor and humble Aztec Indian by the name of Juan Diego early one morning was walking through the hill of Tepeyac. Suddenly, a young and beautiful lady appeared to him, and he fell to his knees. The woman was Holy Mary of Guadalupe. Looking at Saint Juan Diego, she asked him to go to the bishop of the region and tell him that she wanted a shrine to be built in her honor, so that she could extend her compassion and love to all those in need. Immediately, Saint Juan Diego went to find the bishop. Upon seeing him, Saint Juan Diego told him of the mother's wishes. However, Friar Juan de Zumárraga wanted to be sure if such good news could actually be true. Thus, he sent Saint Juan Diego away and told him to come back with proof. This was a time of great mistrust. Like anybody, the Bishop Zumárraga wanted to be sure Saint Juan Diego was not trying to hurt the church or be mistaken. Before coming back to the hill of Tepeyac, Saint Juan Diego went to see his uncle and found that his uncle was severely ill. Seeing that his condition was worsening, Saint Juan Diego, being a devout Catholic convert, set out to find a priest for his uncle. It was December 12th. Ashamed that he had decided not to return to the lady, Saint Juan Diego avoided the hill altogether. On his way to find a priest, the Virgin of Guadalupe appeared to him again. Kneeling, he began to apologize and explain his troubles. He even asked for a mother to choose someone with a higher status than he, but Our Lady of Guadalupe comforted him. "Am I not here with you, who am your mother?" She told him not to worry about his uncle anymore. Then our mother told Saint Juan Diego to go to the top of the hill and pick the flowers she indicated. These flowers were miracles themselves. There was frost on the ground, and the top of the hill was infertile. But above all, these roses were Castile, which are native to Spain. Bringing them back to her, Saint Juan Diego held out his tilma as the lady arranged them inside. She instructed him to show these flowers to the bishop. Saint Juan Diego went to the bishop again and showed him the sign he had asked for. On the tilma was the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. All fell to their knees. Soon the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City was built for our mother and all who needed her. In the course of 7 years, 8 million indigenous people willfully converted to Catholicism. This overpassed by 10 times the amount of people who left the Catholic Church during the Protestant Reformation. The feast day of this miracle is celebrated on December 12th. The feast day of Saint Juan Diego is on December 9th, and his body laid to rest in the Basilica. Many miracles surround the tilma with Holy Mary of Guadalupe. To begin, the tilma is made of cactus fibers. Thus, it was never supposed to last more than 15 years. Nevertheless, the tilma is more than 481 years old. It had even survived a chemical spill that should have eaten a hole through the image, but all it left is a stain, which has been inexplicably disappearing, as scientists have observed. Also, there are no brush strokes or layers of material on the tilma. It is simply an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe on plant material. Additionally, the tilma survived a bomb explosion on November 14, 1921. With the explosion, most of the church was destroyed. When the fire had ceased and all could come back, they found a cross bent underneath the image which had fallen. It had appeared as though Jesus had cut his mother's image, preventing damage even to the glass that had enclosed the tilma. Our Holy Mary of Guadalupe wore on her person many symbols that were identifiable to the Europeans and indigenous alike. Her eyes. Scientific research has shown in each of her eyes the reflection of multiple people, as if she were still seeing them in person. These images reveal the people who witnessed the first unveiling of the tilma. Her features. By standing in front of the sun and on top of the moon, which were gods for the Aztecs, she shows that she is more powerful. Yet, Our Lady's head is bowed in humility and showing that she herself is not a goddess. She appears with her own physical features, but dresses as an Aztec princess, indicating that she belongs to both Europeans and the natives, and thus to all people. The brooch. For the Spaniards, the cross in the center of the brooch was the symbol of Jesus' sacrifice for the world. For the natives, the brooch was like the stones that were placed between the neck and the chest of their stone idols. Each stone would be polished until it reflected the face of the person who stood before it. When the native people observed the cross within the Virgin's brooch, they saw it as reflecting the sacrifice of God's love. The black sash. When pregnant, Aztec women would wear black ribbons around their bodies to show their maternity. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the only known apparition of being pregnant with Jesus. The four-petaled flower. To the Aztecs, the four-petaled flower was the symbol of the one true God, the God more powerful than all their deities. This flower was positioned on Mother Mary's growing belly with Jesus inside. Being that she appeared to Saint Juan Diego in a state of pregnancy, Holy Mary of Guadalupe is also referred to as the patroness of the unborn and life. Flower clusters. The flower clusters resemble a heart and its arteries, and their stems appear to grow out of the sky-colored mantle and spread across her earth-colored tunic. This indicates the divine love that will come from heaven and encompass the earth. The angel. The angel's receding hairline, linked with people of advanced years, indicates that the angel possessed the wisdom and authority that was associated with elders of the Aztec communities. With its right hand, the angel holds a blue-green mantle that signifies the universe, and with its left hand, it holds a pink robe that signifies the earth. In this way, the angel unites heaven and earth in harmony. Her hair. Married Aztec women wove their hair into special braids, pinning it up on the sides of their head. Mother Mary has her hair parted and combined straight down, thus indicating her virginity. Her mantle. The lady's blue-green mantle indicates that she is an empress, because in the native culture, only royalty wore those colors. Blue represents the color of the heavenly sky, while green is the color of life. On the mantle are stars, which correspond to the exact position of the constellations of the winter solstice in the year 1531. Her robe. The lower part of the lady's robe is folded like the blankets pictured in the ancient manuscripts of the Aztec people. These blankets were given as tributes by the indigenous peoples to their conquerors. Indeed, for she is Empress of all the Americas, Holy Mary of Guadalupe conquered with love. Her name. Calling herself Holy Mary of Guadalupe, she combined the names Mary, a Jewish name that means she who illuminates, and Guadalupe, a word of Arabic origin that associates with river. Together, the name can be translated as the holy riverbed that transports and illuminates. In taking this name, Mary shows a profound theological truth. She herself is not to be worshipped. Instead, her role is to illuminate, to bring her Son into the world. In addition, since her name combines words from two cultures frequently at war with one another, it indicates that through her intercession, social unrest can be replaced with peace and unity. Holy Mary of Guadalupe united her people. They were no longer the Spaniards and the Indians. They became united under one God and under Mother Mary's mantle.